Hi, everyone. Super excited to be here with you today with my beautiful friend, Suzette, who was so gracious to do this with me today. Pumped about it. We are here to talk to you about the benefits and the impacts of really supporting yourself with supplements. So I don't know if any of you have tried supplements before, if you considered them before, if you are totally not on that train or bus at all. No matter where you are in this and how you feel about it, this is for you. This is really going to be a great experience to find out how you can support yourself, because I was very anti-supplement, like very anti-supplement. My mom actually had tried these products before, months and months before I ever got involved, and she wouldn't tell me because she was afraid that I would be
that.
No, she wouldn't tell me.
How did I not know that?
I don't know. She wouldn't tell me because I was so judgy about it. Like, I was really judgy about it. I was one of those people that really believed that it was a scam, and that because I had read all these studies, right, where it made you have really expensive pee, and it didn't absorb properly, and it didn't actually do very much for you, that you could get the same vitamins and minerals from food. So Suzette and I are super excited to talk to you about this today. We are really just going to have a conversation that you get to eavesdrop on, get some information about our journey and how we got into supplementing, and how not all supplements are created equally. We're really going to get into all the things today to really help you come to a decision for yourself. Mm-hmm. It's not about taking our way, doing what we think is right. It's about doing what's right for you and your body every step of the way. But information is always a really good thing, and being able to take that and do something with it. So Suzette, tell us how you got involved with supplementing in the first place. Like, how did this journey begin for you?
Okay. First of all, I got to say, I love how on the screen it's saying, "You're in the show." I'm in the show.
That's amazing.
So I started supplementing in 2015. So it's been almost 9 years. In June, it'll be 9 years. And when I think about that just blows my mind that it's been that long. And the reason why I started, it's funny. It's a running joke in our house, actually, because the reason I started was because of Paul, my husband. And he was having some issues, and he saw our friend posting about it on Facebook, and he wanted to try it. And so I was like, okay, well, if you're doing it, I'm doing it too. So anybody that knows us knows we do everything together. I always say I didn't realize I felt bad until I started feeling really good. And I hear a lot of people say that because sometimes we accept the way we feel. And we feel like it's normal, right? Like being tired is normal. Having headaches is normal. Having dry skin is normal. Like all of those things, but they're not. They're showing that there's an imbalance in our bodies, and it's showing that there's a gap there that needs to be filled. And obviously, I've been taking the same supplements for 9 years. So I wouldn't be doing it if it wasn't working. So, yeah.
Absolutely. I feel exactly the same way. When I first started seeing people talking about it, I remember my whole body repelled. It was like, no, like, because right away I was like, it's meal replacement. It's like contributing to diet culture. It's like, it's all about weight loss. Like and it's not about that at all. Like, it's not.
Right? It's about balancing our body and filling in, like I said, the gaps, the nutritional gaps that we're missing. And it's funny that you mentioned the meal replacement, because I was like, no, I want to eat my food. I want to chew my food. And now I have a meal replacement every single day. I love it. I just finished mine for my lunch. I love the convenience of it. I love that it gives me everything I need. It makes me feel full. It's delicious. All of those things. And yeah, I was so against meal replacements too.
Oh yeah. And we didn't even have them when I first joined. They didn't even have them. And I was super excited about that. I'm like, yay, they don't even have it. And when they brought it in, I remember being like, oh gosh, like, is this for me, like it, and I'm like, well, it doesn't negate all the other things that I've done and how it's impacted my life. Like, I really cannot believe the differences that I feel in my body by filling those nutritional gaps. Because the
Mhm.
truth of it is that yes, there are certain foods that are going to give you better energy, and there are certain combinations that work better for you and your body, and you have to learn those through trial and error. But there's also the ground that our food is grown in is not the same quality as it once was. Like, it's
No.
depleted in nutrients. It just can't give you everything that you need. Plus, there's so much processed foods and antibiotics and medications and things like that that have impacted our bodies. And I
Mhm.
was the poster child for prescription medication. I had tons of prescription medication in my body.
Mm.
Felt
Mhm.
so sick, like was miserable. So when someone talked to me and said, well, it's about getting your gut in balance, and my gut was so unhealthy. Like,
Yes.
I struggled so much with GI issues, with really not so much, like I would have regular bowel movements, let's just say, might be too much information for the internet, but that's it. It's out there now. I had
You
regular
talk
bowel.
about food a lot.
I mean, pooping is important.
Everybody does it.
Everybody does it and everyone needs to do it. And I never really thought I struggled with that. But once I really started to come back into balance, it was incredible how much different I
Mhm. Mhm.
felt in my body. Like, the bloating that I used to experience went away. The constant pain that I was in started to disappear. It was just really supporting me in feeling my best in the body I had right then,
Yes.
because you can't change it all overnight. It's a process. It takes time, right? So really
Mhm.
coming back to that balanced state, and it took a while. Like, I feel like before I finally, it, like, I noticed differences almost immediately.
Yes.
Almost like within, I remember the first day I was like, I don't need an afternoon snack. And I was like, nah, that's in your head. Like, that's in your head. No way is that true. Like, that's in your head. But by the third day, I still didn't need the afternoon snack. And I'm like, okay, it's too much of a coincidence for it to be a coincidence, like for it to be 3 days in a row. When I used to live for that afternoon snack, like, lived for it, needed it because I was so exhausted, run down, so tired that I needed it to get me through my day, like to really
Mhm.
help support me. And I had already lost like all kinds of weight. At that point, I had lost more than 100 pounds. I was declared
Yes.
at my ideal weight by my doctor, but the weight was steadily coming back on. I wasn't feeling really good in my body. I had tons of inflammation. I just
Mhm.
did not feel good. And they were like, well, there's nothing else we can do for you. And I'm like, so what do I do? And thank God I found you. That February event, I just had my Plexiversary, actually.
I know. I know.
That February event when it was super cold, and I came and was like, I'm coming with an open mind. I'm just coming with an open mind. And I was blown away. Like, the stories of the people who have been transformed and healed and feel so much better in their bodies is amazing. Amazing.
It's absolutely incredible. Like, and sometimes when you think about it, it's almost like it's too good to be true, right? Like,
Mhm.
you know that saying, it's too good to be true. But when you hear story after story after story after story, there's no denying. You can't deny somebody's story, somebody's
Mhm.
testimonial as to how different they feel. For me, you mentioned like some of the first things that you noticed. And for me was energy and my sleep.
Mhm.
Um, I didn't have trouble falling asleep or staying asleep. I had trouble getting up in the morning. So, which meant I wasn't really having a good night's sleep. And it was affecting my day because my day was starting later. I wasn't being as productive. And I remember like maybe 3 or 4 days in, waking up at 7:30, wide awake and like ready to start the day to get on with my day. And I was like you, it's like, really? But it was. And throughout my journey, like I said, it's been almost 9 years. Different things have happened throughout those 9 years. I've entered perimenopause, which I can say with a smile on my face because I believe that my products are helping me sail through. And I've had to change how I'm doing things sometimes. Put something in or take something out, switch it around, always the same products basically, but just changing things up. So for example, let me give you an example. Perimenopause, I'm smack dab in the middle. I'm almost 6 months without a period. So we're talking about poop. Now we're talking about periods. And so I'm smack in the middle. And I would say probably, and this has been going on for me for like a couple years. Like I've been here for a few years, but I feel like I'm getting closer to the end now. But about probably 6 months ago, I started hot flashes, night sweats. Started like I would have them a little bit before, and I believe they were just a little bit because of my products. But I started getting night sweats, like really bad, Pam. Like my sleep was affected. I was waking up. I was having to go to the couch. I was like, it was insane. So one of my mentors had told me, switch your X Factor, which is our multivitamin, to bedtime. I'm like, really? She's like, yeah, just try it. And our multivitamin it's stamped right on there by Health Canada. It helps with hot flashes. It's a known fact. Okay. So I did. I switched it to the night. And within probably 10 days, my night sweats disappeared.
Wow.
Right?
Amazing.
Which is amazing. So but the story is not done yet. So then a little while after, so that worked for a while. So like I said, you have to work with supplementing too, like exercise, water, diet, all of those things, nutrition, all of those things. So they started to come back. And I had been doing some research into this is how I say it. I don't know if it's the right pronunciation, but I was doing some research into ashwagandha. That's how I say it. And its benefits for perimenopause and menopause. So I was like, I think I need to get me some of this. And we didn't have any product with it in there until this is where it gets exciting. So we recently released a sleep gummy, and it's melatonin and ashwagandha together. So I was quite excited to give ashwagandha a try. So ordered the sleep. Now my husband, he loves the sleep. Gives him a really good night's rest. He doesn't take it every night. He doesn't need it every night, but he loves it. Me, melatonin has the opposite effect on me. Melatonin was keeping me awake. So I was like disappointed because now there goes my ashwagandha. I can't try the ashwagandha.
But a perfect example of how everyone needs something different, right? And how your body is not the same. And you have to find the right combinations for you, which is what I love so much about Plexus and the Plexus community and its ambassadors, is really that it's about finding the right fit for you and really helping you be supported in achieving whatever goals you have, no matter what they are, whether it's weight loss or whether it's balancing your body or whether it's better sleep or, better enhanced energy. Like whatever it is that you're looking for, there's something available for you.
I say we have something for everybody. I believe that. And for anybody's budget. Yes. You can start with one product, or you can start with 3 or 4, like whatever, and build yourself up if you want it to,
Yes.
And that's one of the things that I love about it the most is I love the products for me. Obviously, they make me feel good and fill in those gaps, but I thrive on helping other people find their regime and supporting them through their journey, right? Tweaking, adding, deleting, whatever, until you find that right balance for that particular person.
Yes, I just went through this like over the last 2 years. I really finessed my own routine because I was taking all the things, like all of the things, because I loved it. I loved the products. I loved everything so much, but things in my life had changed. I'm like, I just can't. Like, I can't be doing all of this. Like, I need to come back to the basics. Come back to what's really important. What do I really love, and what makes the biggest impact on me. So for me, like the two must-have products, like cannot miss them, need to have them, need to be in my cupboard, need to be able to reach in and grab them every single time, is the BioCleanse, which is a magnesium supplement, and the ProBio, which is a probiotic.
Bam. Yes.
Which is like truly, like I think everybody needs these. Like I think there's like a statistic somewhere that I remember quoting a million times that might have said something like 80% of people are magnesium deficient.
Yes.
You just don't have enough. You're not getting enough from what you're eating. So, and that affects everything in your body. Like
just like if you're out there and you don't know much about magnesium, just Google it. And it will shock you how much your body needs magnesium.
Oh my gosh. It is a game changer. It will like, it makes you feel better like that. Like I've missed a day with magnesium and I can notice the difference in my energy and how my body feels. And like, even I feel like I'm heavier. Like I feel heavier. It's like there's not enough movement on the inside of my body just by sitting. Like it's the weirdest. It's hard to really explain.
It oxygenates your cells.
Yeah,
that's what it does. So you can see how that's uplifting, right?
Yeah. Oh gosh. Like so like those are like the must haves. And then I have some others that I really like and enjoy and that I really love. And so those for me are Hydroplex, which is the electrolyte.
Every morning for me, every morning.
Me too.
I love it.
It's so good. It tastes like lemonade.
Your favorite flavor? What's your
The lemon lime is my favorite. Lemon lime is my favorite. Yeah.
Me too. I like have you tried the cucumber melon?
I haven't. I'm not a huge cucumber fan, so I'm not sure if it's for me. But
it reminds me of the gin. All about balance.
So you like, you can have gin.
Someone asked me one time, can you drink coffee while you're on Plexus? I'm like, if I couldn't, I wouldn't be doing it. True story.
True story. But you know what? Your dependency on coffee will probably change.
It's totally different.
I was like a 3 to 5 cup a day person, and now I have one.
Yeah.
I have one. Like, and one satisfies me. And I really don't have it because I need it. I have it because I enjoy it, because it's a beautiful
That's what I say too.
To start my day. Like I just love to start my day like that. Yeah. So the Hydroplex electrolyte drink is so good. Like so delicious. It's better than water for hydration. Which is incredible to me. Like that's amazing science.
Yes.
To me.
Our products have so much science behind them too. Like, don't ask me about the science because I don't pay attention to that. But some people, and there's videos out there explaining all like the science behind it. It'll blow your mind. It's interesting. I just don't retain it.
I don't either. There's very small amounts of things that I really remember, but I remember when they said it was more hydrating than water. I'm like, and it tastes amazing. And for someone who's a diabetic who drinks mostly water, it's really nice to have something else to put into my routine. Yeah. It feels really good. Good. And I also really love the protein shake.
Yes.
It's really good. I don't have it every day, but I do have it multiple times a week. So 3 to 4 times a week, usually for a lunch. I find it super satisfying. I call it sunshine in a cup. Because I mix the vanilla with the active, which is peach mango flavor. And the active, for those of you who don't know, is our energy drink. But it doesn't give you the jitters. Like it's a very gentle lift that really,
it's like you don't even notice it's happening.
No, but you feel the difference in your energy. And you feel, what I noticed the most was my mental clarity. Like brain fog that I used to experience, like that I can't remember anything, like nothing. At certain point of the day, particularly when I used to have a desk job where, I was pretty much tied to the desk, at a certain point of the day, I'd be like, my brain just doesn't work anymore. Like it's
Right.
done, it's finished. But I found active was super good at providing me with that extra boost, that extra
Yes.
clarity, gave me a little bit of extra get up and go in my step. So I really love those as well. What are your favorites?
You're gonna make me pick? I don't know. Like the Hydroplex, that's my all-time favorite right now. I drink it
Mhm.
every morning. I drink it during my workout actually. And sometimes I'll have another one. Sometimes if I'm feeling like when we were in Mexico, I was drinking 2 of those a day because it was hot, right? Um, one of the other thing we didn't talk about this one, the reset.
Yeah.
So the reset for me when it came out was like, I wasn't sure. And I think you probably had the same feelings. It's funny. We're sort of on the same page with a lot of that. And I was never one for fasting.
Mhm.
Was never one to, I always thought, no, it's not right to deprive your body of food. Like we need food. So what the reset is, it's a 3-day nutritionally supported fast. And I love it. I love
Mhm.
it. And it's not, yes, people are losing weight in those 3 days, but for me, that's not what it's about. It's about resetting my metabolism. And that was very important for me in this perimenopausal place where I'm at right now. So it was released last July. It hasn't been out even a year yet, I don't think, has it? Was it
No,
last
it's been a
July?
year, but it's
July
yeah.
was a year. So it's a year and a bit, a
Mhm.
year and and so first when it came out, I was struggling in my weight. I was like going up, 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 up. And no matter what, I was doing all the right things, Pam. Like, like I move my body every day. I eat 80-20 all the time, 80% good, 20% treats, whatever you want to call it. And I was doing all the things, but taking my supplements. But my body had changed. My hormones had changed. So something was going on. And to be honest, I felt like I was out of control when it came to what was happening with my body. So enter the reset. So I decided people were having great results. So, and whenever a new product is released, I got to try it. I got to do it, right? Because you can't promote something that you haven't done. So I did it. And from the very first reset I noticed a huge difference. I lost some weight. People are averaging 6 pounds in those 3 days, which is insane, insane. Some more, some less. I think I was like 4 or something. But the good thing about it is it resets your metabolism. It detoxifies your cells in your liver and your kidneys, which is incredible in those 3 days. Mental clarity, focus. And you know what? It helped me a lot mentally too, because it helped me take back control. That's what
Mhm.
it felt like to me. I took back control. I lost those 4 pounds, and that was like, yes, yes, something. But it continued after I did the reset. I was still continuing to lose the extra 8 pounds that I had put on. And the next month I did another reset. So for the first 6 months, I did 1 reset a month. Now, you know what I notice now, like if I go on vacation, I come back, I want to do a detox or whatever, I'll do a reset, that sort of thing. Or if I got an event coming up and I want to lose a couple extra pounds, fit my dress, whatever. But what I notice is I'm keeping the weight off easier.
Mhm.
And like I said, I've taken back control. And that's huge for the stage that I'm in my life. So right now, reset is a big hit in my household. But when it comes to my everyday products, Hydroplex, like you, ProBio, BioCleanse, the X Factor, which is our multivitamin that's important for me too. I say I do my Fab 5 because it's the slim. Well, no, it's 6 now because I got the Hydroplex too. So Fantastic 6 maybe.
I'm glad that you mentioned the reset, actually, because I was very anti-reset when it came out. I was mad about it, and I was like, "We are going."
And a lot of us were. A lot of us were, because like, this is not what we're about. We're not about this quick dropping 6 pounds in 3 days. That's not what we're about. But once we were educated on what it actually was and the products that are in that box for the 3 days and what they actually do to your body in those 3 days, then it's like, yes, I need this.
Yeah, I gotta say, like, I was not on board, and it took me. So it came out in July. I didn't try it for the first time till February last year.
I know.
I only did it because of you, because I spoke to you about it and you gave me the things, and I was like, okay, I'm the kind of person who wants to keep an open mind about everything. So I will try it. And fasting has become a thing. Like, people really like it. I've never been that person. I very much like to chew my food. I like to eat. Give me all the food. But I was like, I'm going to try it and see how it goes. And I got to say, I've done 3 more since then, and I loved it. I thought it was amazing. It is like, there is food. Like, you have soup, and you have snack bars, and you are ingesting something every 3 to 4 hours. Like, it is all day. Like, you are at it all day. And what I loved about it, like, and wasn't so much the end result as the mental, so what you did on the head, right? It was that mental adjustment of how much you need to eat, what makes you feel your best. Like, I wasn't eating enough protein. It really helped me see where I could make improvements, and it helped me feel more like myself and get really connected to my body and what it actually needs, because so many people are just not connected to their body, right? So it gives you that opportunity to tune in without the distraction of food, a whole lot of food, like, that most people are used to eating.
Right.
You don't need as much as you think. You don't need as much as you think to feel really good. And so it's not something that you would do every day. And it's not, and I had 0 rebound weight. Actually, I brought out, I'm not a big weigher, and I don't love the scale. I'm very much throw this sucker away if you need to, but I'm a diabetic. I need to make sure that I'm maintaining a certain body weight to be healthy. So I'll get on every now and again. So I got on this week in preparation for an appointment, which I'm going to go into a little bit later. But I knew they were going to weigh me. So I was like, well, I need to be prepared for whatever it is. So I was like, I'll get on and we'll see how it goes. And so I had to bring up my notes from last year, from when I started the fast. And from when I started the fast to now, I have lost and maintained 16 pounds in the last year. That's amazing. Like, I didn't know that, and I wouldn't have known that because I don't care about that. I did 4 resets last year. That's it, 4. And I don't know when I'll do the next one. Whenever I feel like it, when I feel like my body wants it and needs it. Like, I'm very connected to my body and feel like I know what it needs. But it helps. Like, it definitely helps. Like, and it helps me make better choices. Yes, like, it really tunes you into, do I really need this? Am I feeding something else? Am I feeding some kind of emotion? Is there something else going on? Right. It enhances that awareness inside yourself.
Exactly. Can I tell you just a quick funny story about the first time I did the reset?
Sure.
So the very first day of my very first reset, I am at my desk and I've got my Hydroplex is the first product of the day. So I'm finishing up that and whatever. It's about probably 9:30 in the morning. And I'm sitting there and I'm working away, and I'm like, oh my goodness, I'm starving. I'm starving in my head. My head is telling me, Suzette, you're starving. And then I had to talk back to myself and say, Suzette, you're not hungry. You don't normally eat till like 11 o'clock anyway. And here it is 9:30 and I'm saying I'm starving. So
Yeah.
a lot of it you're going to find is this thing right here is
Yeah.
overcoming this, not your belly and your hunger pains. It's this. And like you said, it really does teach you exactly how much food you need and how I was became more aware of like needless eating,
Hmm. Hmm.
right? Like you walk into the kitchen to get a glass of water, or you open up your fridge to get the water jug out and you're grabbing whatever. You
Yeah.
don't need it. It's the water that you're craving, right?
Yes.
So yeah, it does a lot for mentally for sure. For sure.
Yes. And it's about finding what works for you, right? Like I'll come back to that over and over. It's really finding what works for you, what feels best for you, what works best in your body. But the impacts on your life, your health, like are immeasurable. Like I have better sleep, I have better skin, I don't have belly issues, I can eat whatever I want. I went through this period before I first started Plexus where my doctor had me on like this, we were trying to figure out if I was allergic to anything. And I was taking stock of what I was eating and like what it was doing after I ate it. So really tuning in to get this awareness. And I wasn't allowed to have fat. I wasn't allowed to have acid. I wasn't allowed to have, bread, cheese, nothing. I could eat nothing without my body having some kind of reaction. And I wholeheartedly believe now that was like inflammation in my body. Like it was reacting. Like it was just, I had so much inflammation in my body that, because once I started to deal with that, and we have a product that deals specifically with inflammation, which is amazing. So if you experience pain and bloating, GI stuff, it's a really great product to add in. I was on that one for years. It was a must-have for many, many years. But luckily, I've learned now what the inflammatory things are, so I don't feel like I need it as much. It's not necessary to my day-to-day. But I was having headaches. It was awful. So like, I can eat whatever I want.
I know.
Anything I want. Like
how free is that?
It's freedom. It's freedom. This is what it gives you when you are filling those nutritional gaps and getting what your body needs. It's a freedom like you can't even express, which is way more important than whatever number it is on the scale. Like way.
And something else too that I've noticed over the last few years too, like a lot of doctors are getting on board with supplementing. A few years back, when Paul was seeing a doctor in the US, he was prescribing Paul supplements along with medication. The last time, I can't remember it's been years since I've had to have an antibiotic, but I remember the last time, it's probably 3 years ago, maybe. When I went to pick up my prescription, the pharmacist said, now make sure you're taking a probiotic because of this, right? So it is becoming more common. There's more education out there around it. Studies, the gut microbiome, like 9 years ago, I didn't even know what that was. Right? I didn't even know. Right. And some of you listening probably right now don't know what it is. But let me tell you, it's a very, very important part of your health. A lot of the issues and the concerns that we have in our body stems from poor gut health. Poor gut health. And if we can get our guts, balanced out, man, it's amazing what happens at how good you feel, and all the things that disappear, right? Skin issues, for example, like skin is a big one. Like I've got dry skin on my scalp. And I remember before Plexus, when I'd go have my hair done, like dyed, oh my goodness, Pam, I'd sit in the chair and almost cry, but you'd grin and bear it because, you got to cover up that gray. You do what you got to do, right? But I remember the day that after starting Plexus, probably 3 months after, I can remember having my hair done. I sat in the chair and I was in disbelief. My scalp wasn't on fire. like it was for years prior to. And it was
Yeah.
because it cleared up the dry skin on my scalp.
Yeah. And
So
it's super important.
that's
Like,
just a little simple, like you wouldn't even think that that would be affected or a supplement could help that.
yeah, I know, it's crazy. I used to get these breakouts on my skin, like around my nose, my mouth and stuff, but not non-issue anymore.
Yeah.
Like it just when you improve that gut health, it really improves all parts of your body, how it functions and how you feel.
Right.
Like overall, like it's crazy. And it's really important that if you're going to try supplements, that you make sure that you try ones that are really high quality. Like I
Yes.
cannot say it enough. Like really do your research on what is going to give, like, I don't want to say anything bad about anything else, but I'm just going to say the stuff that you're going to get at the Walmart shelf, not the same quality
It's not. It's
as what
not.
we're offering. It's not, there's a lot of extra junk in there. There might be some stuff in there that you don't need. That's not going to help. And it's not going to help you absorb properly. Like I really love the science that are behind our products and how it helps you absorb everything that you need. And that, they're all Health Canada approved and like that.
Fully methylated. Fully methylated. That's huge.
Yes.
Huge.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because
like,
if it's not, a lot of people are taking, that's why you get that expensive pee that you mentioned, right?
Yeah.
Your body, if you have that gene where you can't absorb, you're taking vitamin and you're peeing it out. But our products, that step is done in our products. They're fully methylated, so we can our bodies can absorb them. The X Factor is a good one to add to any routine as well because it has aloe in it, which helps our bodies absorb even more.
Yes. Yeah. It's super important to make sure that you go with something really high quality to give your body exactly what it needs and to see the actual benefits that you're looking for. Because if you don't have the quality, it's just not going to have the desired.
We have a new video that was just released in January. I don't know if you've seen it or not, but it talks about the quality control on our products. It's really good. It shows the lab, them testing, and yeah, I'll have to send it to you because it's good. Yeah,
that's amazing. Yeah, I love that. It's a company with integrity, right? Like they get awards all the time. Awarded like the Better Business Award or something.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, like
and the products go through the scrutiny of Health Canada. Sometimes it annoys us because it takes us longer to get our products here in Canada compared to the US. But I'm thankful for it in the big picture. We know that they're being checked and double checked and checked again. So
yeah, it's super, super important. Yeah. So if anyone has any questions about any of that, feel free to reach out. Suzette is literally your girl for all the things. She's a lot more connected to this world now than I am. Like I still take it. I still am enjoying it. I still, I don't promote it a lot because it's no longer my number one concern, but I do really enjoy the products. I do really believe in them. I do really think it's important. So if you have any questions about any of this, feel free to reach out to Suzette. I know she's open to having that discussion with you and finding the right fit for you. So is there anything you'd like to say about that, Suzette? Like anything I know you love helping people with this.
I do. I love it. And like I said, it's one of the things that makes me tick is helping people get on their journey, supporting them along the way, and seeing the changes and the stories. And one thing that I love the most is when I see somebody coming out of their shell, feeling better, because when you feel better, coming out of the shell, building that confidence, sharing their story with other people, helping other people. It's like a ripple effect, right? The domino effect. Because if you're feeling good, you're going to tell somebody, or people are going to notice. And before you know it, somebody is asking you, what's going on? How come, see you look better, your skin. Oh my gosh, look at your skin or whatever. And so it's a ripple effect for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. So just slide into, like, make her your friend, slide into her DM. She will give you all the information on all the things. She's an amazing person, an amazing friend to me. I'm so grateful to have her in my life. And I'm so glad that we did this today. I also am going to invite you all. Suzette and I had a conversation about this just before we started. This wasn't something that was planned for today at all. It literally came to me when I was meditating. I'm going to be super open and transparent about some health struggles that I'm having myself right now. My blood sugar is on the rise, and as a diabetic, that's not a very good thing. And I had given up the slim for a few years, not a few years, 2 years maybe, and just wasn't. It didn't feel like I needed it. So I had put it to the side and dealt with the products that I've been talking about today that really feel like they were supporting me. But because my blood sugar is up and because the slim is really dedicated to blood sugar balance, like that's literally what it does. It balances. Yeah,
literally.
I remember this whole discussion about we should change the name of Plexus Slim to Balance, because that's literally what it's about. It's about balancing your blood sugars, really giving you this energy, keeping you more level instead of riding that up and down. Like, you know, it's a beautiful product that I took for a really long time. So, but as I said, it just didn't feel super supportive. Now, because I'm having this blood sugar issue that I haven't had for so long, like it has not been an issue for me. And I've been really monitoring my blood sugar over these last few weeks so I could get a good baseline of where I'm at right now. And now now that I have that baseline, I'm going to add in the slim and see how it changes things for me. And so I'm going to be doing inside my Facebook group, Mind, Body, Soul Connection. I'm going to have this thread, which is going to show a behind the scenes action of this experiment that I'm going to do. So it's going to be a 90-day challenge for myself that I'm going to take the slim every day for 90 days. I'm going to monitor my blood sugar. I'm going to pay attention to how I feel in my body. I'm basically going to have like this online diary of how it's working out for me, the good, the bad, what's coming up, because it's been so long since I've done it. Who's to say what kind of reactions are going to come up? So I'm super excited about it. It's a behind the scenes look. You're more than welcome to come in and join me. I know, to just watch and see how it works out. And of course,
at the end, I'm gonna say, see, Pam, you knew better.
I won't lie. There were a couple of times where I felt the pull to go back into it, but I was like, no, I don't think I need it. But obviously my body knows better and it's ready for some extra love and attention. So I'm going to give it what it needs, and we're going to see how this works out. And it'll be a really good opportunity for you guys to follow along, to see it in action, to see someone who hasn't been taking it, really see the effects and how it works out. And if that's something that you want to join me on, I would be so delighted, like so excited. You can reach out and find out ways to do that. And if you decide to join me in that journey, we'll have a private group for you as well, so that you don't have to put your story public. I would never ask anyone to do that unless you wanted to. But for me, I want to share it publicly because I want to show the benefits of what I know is an amazing product that can change your life when you let it. So I'm excited to do this really out in the open and to really give you a behind the scenes look. And I know Suzette is going to be, she's already there, so she'll be there to see it all happen. So if you guys want to come along in that, pay attention to how it's all going. You'll get to see some of my blood sugar readings. You get to see, I'm going to share all the things. All the things. Like it's a fully transparent process, and like I'm going to be watching my carbs, and like there's my movement is so good, so I'm not concerned about my movement at all. But I'm interested to see how it all comes together and how it changes things. Like I'm really excited.
I'm excited for you.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Thank you, Pam, for having me today. This has been fun. Let's do it again.
I know. Yes, we should do it again. We should. I love you. So
I love you too. It's no question. That's a no-brainer, right?
Yeah. Well, and for anyone who's watching, that's actually really a big part of the we all really get to be friends. Like,
We do.
I'm not technically very involved anymore, but I am still part of the community. I still have these beautiful friendships, like, and I don't feel any less welcome now than I ever did before, even
Exactly.
as someone who was really building a business. So it's a very welcoming and loving place to be. So if you're thinking about it, if it's on your mind and heart, reach out to Suzette. She's your gal. All right.
All right.
Thank you so much for being here. Bye.
Bye-bye.